Officer Gatot Pujo Nugroho. Sudah Evant, the second.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat malam, salam sejahtera kita semua. Horas. Yang terhormat Menteri Negara Riset dan Teknologi beserta Ibu Bapak Hatta. Yang terhormat Delegasi Asia Pasifik Economic Cooperation Policy Partnership on Science, Technology, and Innovation. Yang terhormat para Kepala PPSTI Gubernur Pemerintah Provinsi Sumatera Utara. Yang terhormat para undangan dan kita semua yang tidak disebutkan satu-satu. Pertama, marilah kita ucapkan puji dan syukur kita kehadirat Tuhan Yang Maha Esa, Tuhan Yang Maha Kuasa, Allah Subhanahu, di mana pada kesempatan ini kita sekalian masih dilimpahkannya rahmat serta karunia-Nya, sehingga kita dapat bertemu dan berkumpul dalam acara ramah-tamah pada malam hari ini. Merupakan suatu kebahagiaan dan kehormatan bagi kami yang dapat mengalir dengan kerjasama jangka panjang untuk pembangunan global, terutama yang menguntungkan bagi pembangunan negara-negara Asia Pasifik. Bapak Menteri, undangan dan hadirin yang berbahagia. Pada kesempatan ini saya ingin mengucapkan selamat datang kepada Nona Karisa Jiklai dari Universitas Queensland, Australia, sebagai pemenang dari APEC Prize for Innovation, Research and Education. Kami berharap ini akan membangkitkan semangat para peneliti di Indonesia dan meningkatkan kemampuan untuk melakukan penelitian yang berguna bagi kemajuan negara ini, khususnya bagi pemerintah Provinsi Sumatera Utara. Sebelum mengakhiri sambutan ini, saya informasikan bahwa pemerintah Provinsi Sumatera Utara pada tahun 2011 lalu telah melaksanakan pameran hasil-hasil riset dan teknik yang merupakan hasil kerjasama seperti rancang bangun mesin pengaduk sampah, rancangan aduk pres santan kelapa, miniatur bangunan, dan lain-lain yang dihadiri oleh dunia usaha. Ke depan diharapkan akan disepakati berbagai kerjasama pembangunan teknologi yang diperlukan melalui kegiatan riset dan penelitian. Kami informasikan juga bahwa Sumatera Utara memiliki sumber daya alam dan buatan yang sangat prospektif untuk terjalinnya kegiatan investasi, perdagangan, dan pariwisata. Produksi unggulan daerah ini antara lain kelapa sawit, karet, kopi, sayur-sayuran, buah-buahan, dan mempunyai sumber energi terbarukan seperti air dan geotermal. Daerah ini memiliki danau toba yang sangat indah dan merupakan danau air tawar terbesar di dunia, yang mempunyai sejarah geologi jutaan tahun, juga mempunyai objek wisata seperti pantai, gunung, hutan, agrowisata, dan ekowisata. Kesemua itu dapat dinikmati dan dikelola serta memerlukan riset berkelanjutan untuk dapat bermanfaat bagi perekonomian dan kesejahteraan masyarakat. Demikianlah sambutan yang dapat kami sampaikan pada kesempatan ini. Semoga Tuhan Yang Maha Esa, Tuhan Yang Maha Kuasa, Allah SWT, meridhoi apa yang kita upayakan dalam rangka meningkatkan pertumbuhan ekonomi di kawasan Asia Pasifik pada umumnya dan di Sumatera Utara pada khususnya. Sekian dan terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat malam, salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Horas.
Pacar yang pendek mau dipeluk hingga ke pagi, menimbun suara kembang bertalu-talu. Pura-pura bingung hati dalam siapa yang tahu. Tiba-tiba menimbun suara kembang bertalu-talu. Pura-pura bingung hati dalam siapa yang tahu.
Our prize is envisioned as a way to nurture early career scientists in the APEC region and promote exciting collaborative research to address the region's most pressing challenges and advance regional economic growth. The prize recognizes young scientists, those who have demonstrated a commitment to both excellence in their scientific research as well as cooperation with other scientists in the countries of APEC. I think all of our countries believe that securing our future means not only the need for diplomats and peacekeepers, but also scientists, entrepreneurs, educators who work across borders. This is the reason the Aspire Prize was launched, to celebrate and honor scientific pioneers whose work might not always get the coverage of the diplomats, but who have great power and make a positive impact both in our region and the world. The theme of the annual prize of the annual Aspire Prize is actually decided by the host APEC economy. In 2011, the United States chose green growth. In 2012, Russia chose health innovation. And this year, 2013, Indonesia chose sustainable ocean development, which I think is very appropriate for the importance of the ocean to our region. There were 7 young nominees, and their research highlights the dynamic inter-APEC collaboration that's so critical to advancing both our understanding of the oceans as well as addressing the many challenges, ranging from tackling marine conservation, protecting the ocean's future, from exploring the drivers of climate change, to identifying low-cost approaches to water pollution, from uncovering new medicines, supporting sustainable management of the marine ecosystem. Now I'm going to turn the program over to my 2 colleagues, Mr. Anthony Lau from John Wiley & Sons and Dr. Brad Fenwick from Elsevier. They are our partners, and they've been very supportive of the prize over the last 3 years. And the 2 companies, Wiley and Elsevier, are really very natural fits because in their work they publish the work of the best science to the forefront of the world. Let me just tell you very briefly about the 2 of them. First, Mr. Anthony Lau. He's Vice President, International Development Asia for John Wiley. He leads the strategic market and business development of Wiley's business in the world's fastest growing region here in Asia. He works with the global leadership of Wiley's businesses, advancing efforts to pursue transformative partnerships, alliances, and acquisitions in Asia, and especially with his work in China. He joined John Wiley in 1997. He rose into leadership, named Vice President in 2009 for Global Marketing for Wiley's scientific, technical, medical, and scholarly business, where he was responsible for leading the global marketing team based in 5 locations around the world. Dr. Brad Fenwick is Senior Vice President for Global Strategic Alliances for Elsevier. He is also a professor of pathobiology and microbiology. Been at a number of universities and actually held senior management positions at several U.S. universities. He's a fellow with the American Council on Education, fellow of the American Association for Advancement of Science, and he has served as a Jefferson Science Fellow and Senior Science Advisor to the U.S. Department of State. The Senior Vice President for Global Strategic Alliances of Elsevier is charged with forging non-commercial partnerships with universities and governments to enhance their research, productivity, and success. So I'd like to ask both Mr. Anthony Lau and Dr. Brad Fenwick to come up here together and to say a few words. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody had a productive day today. On behalf of Wiley and Elsevier, I'd like to start by thanking our host, Governor of Indonesia, His Excellency Mr. Hatta, and Dr. Holtman, and all the members of the Policy Partnership for Science, Technology, and Innovation, as well as Dr. Bollet and Mr. Shimizu from the APEC Secretariat for partnering with us to celebrate and honor the exciting young scientific talent in the region through this year's Aspires Prize. We also like to acknowledge the foresight and vision of the United States in establishing Aspire on the APEC host year. And thank you for your collective leadership in encouraging scientific collaboration and inspiring young scientists to work across borders. Wiley and Elsevier are the world's leaders in spreading scientific knowledge, empowering research and innovation. Between us, we publish 3,500 scholarly peer-reviewed journals and an extensive collection of books, databases, laboratory venues, and online solutions that enhance the productivity of researchers across a wide range of disciplines. Wiley has been focusing our efforts on digital innovation, Web 3.0 tools, as well as online learning, and is proud to be a contributing force in driving global innovation. As stewards of the world's scientific knowledge, we are honored to be publishing innovative research that honors today's cutting-edge scientists and their work, including research of the Aspire nominees in partnership with the thousands of society publishers throughout the world. The Aspire Prize is instrumental in honing and developing today's young scientific talent through regional collaboration. This generation of researchers contribute to the drivers of economic prosperity, environmental sustainability, and human health. We have among this year's nominees scientists whose work may hold the key to protecting marine health, creating sustainable marine management programs, a possible cure for cancer, as well as the ability to turn polluted water into drinkable water. The works of these nominees have the potential to materially improve our lives. The Aspire Prize celebrates the power of cross-border scientific collaboration and the work of young scientists from the region for the region. Thank you for your contribution to science and to future generations. Now I'll pass over to my colleague.
I would also like to add my thanks and the thanks of Elsevier for the host country and for the honor of being able to participate in the Aspire program to recognize young scientists. Personally, I've had the honor of serving across all three of the domains of the public policy on science, technology, and innovation. First as an academic, in government service, and now in the private industry. Of all of those, the thing that was most meaningful for me was to mentor and interact and foster the growth of young scientists as a professor. And all of us have a responsibility for the next generation to support them. And to have an opportunity to recognize and support the next generation of scientists is a particularly important and large responsibility. So again, on behalf of my colleague and all of us that help support science and innovation around the world, we want to recognize our winners and all the nominees for the Aspire program. Thank you very much.
And this is Brad Brandon from Elsevier.
Good evening, Minister, Governor, distinguished scientists, distinguished guests. APEC is a very big organisation spread among 21 economies, and it's doing a lot of work in a staggering range of different subjects. You could have no better example of that than observing the 70 or 80 meetings that are currently taking place in Madame around the different venues. Some of APEC's work is well known and is quite traditional in a sense. APEC is trying to improve living standards for the 21 economies by helping promote trade, liberalisation and growth through the region. Some of that is what Donald Rumsfeld would call dealing in known knowns or even known unknowns. But sometimes we get into work where we're in that zone of unknown unknowns, and that's where we need to have good science and understand what is going on and what the options are. One of the themes that Indonesia, the host economy, has promoted this year is the general theme of connectivity. We are 21 very different economies spread around the region, but there is one thing that completely connects us, and that's the Pacific Ocean. We are all connected to the blue economy. So we're very pleased with the theme for the Aspire Prize this year. We're also very pleased with the award because there is a general theme, or indeed almost tension, that runs through a lot of APEC work about how to promote economic growth and at the same time how to promote sustainability, living standards and the environment. Ladies and gentlemen, this region has achieved things in economic growth that the world has never seen before in its history. There has been more people taken out of poverty, there has been faster growth across a wider range of the world over the last 25 years that APEC has been in existence than has ever occurred before. But our challenge, clearly for the next 25 years, is to manage the environment and to get gains there of a similar sort of magnitude. The prize tonight has gone to someone who's worked right in that difficult trade-off zone between environment and economy. And for that reason, we are delighted to congratulate Dr. Klein on her prize this evening. Congratulations. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
Honorable Mr. Gatot Pujo Nugroho, the Governor of North Sumatra, Member Economic Official of APEC Policy Partnership on Science, Technology and Innovation, Mr. Anthony Lowe, Vice President of the International Development, Asia Evant, Dr. Brad Henwick, Senior Vice President of Outstanding Event colleagues and friends, greetings. Horas. It is like hello for Batak people here. It is common in North Sumatra. Thank you very much for the opportunity for us to greet you all. It is a great pleasure to be here with so many proponents of science and technology development in Dorsos, of leasing companies, policy makers, and the IPEC Secretary. I know you all are excited about this gathering here, that we get to celebrate the commitment, hard work, and sacrifices, as well as integrity of the women and men to help mankind to make a better interaction with the ocean. Women live in different regions, but we all share one continuum ocean. To this ocean, human race has done a lot of horrible things on daily basis. We all are guilty for literally flooding the seas with plastic waste. So we harm the right of the next generation to enjoy beautiful beaches across the world. This is a serious challenge. However, through the power of globalization, we now also may come with new hope that any knowledge generated in one place would be easily learned by another people from other region, far away distance. That is why we must be grateful for every personal sacrifice scientists made to shape our knowledge living in marine life. We need researchers that are willing to do dangerous ocean observation and put great effort to build clear models to guide us on how to cope with the changing climate conditions. We must listen to the scientists that are determined to enable us to express tangible respect to ecosystem. For we cannot put aside their paying high prices by leaving their beloved at home only to seek knowledge that you and I may use to pay our wrongdoing on marine life. These scientists, they are real, not only in my imagination. They give heroic attempts for us to understand of what we did and what we can better do with our seas. I'm telling you, these people are the nominees of Aspire Prize. They are Member Economy Australia, Dr. Carrie Lane, Member Economy China, Dr. Chang Xiang Yan, Member Economy Hong Kong, Dr. Zhonghui Liu, Member Economy Indonesia, Dr. Tony Agustiono, Member Economy Korea, Dr. Yoon Ju Lee, Member Economy New Zealand, Dr. Craig Radford, Member Economy USA, Dr. Damian Alexander Willett. They may not be celebrities, but they know about paying price in serving us. They made those long nights for finishing those tough experiments. They led family agenda, those tough experiments. So they led family agenda, they even risk their lives for making you and me to get new and most meaningful ideas on how to manage our ocean budget. This award for us is the concrete form of our desire to push through a shared global chance to solve our ocean problems. You may easily see my point when you look into the brilliant international scientific network they built, even well before reaching 40 years old. By their broadening network within Asia-Pacific economy, APEC is receiving a sense of credibility in science, technology, and innovation. Indeed, I believe APEC is thanking them all. I must tell you that this Aspire Prize is not only about us, but more about the even younger generation, like our children or grandchildren. The nominees' superb achievement give a sheer of assurance that in the future we will have enough role models. Through their scientific roles, they bring significant in conveying professional services. Our young generation will be successful by bringing significant in their future life. Ladies and gentlemen, I know what is good for the environment is good for our economy. We therefore need to give more explicit methods for the industries and APEC economies to use the knowledge that these scientists have produced. Today, we know that APEC has produced great young thinkers. We now should produce more tools. In the future, I hope we may endorse activities for our industries to transform their business activities through our scientific labors. By doing so, we will draw a full circle of innovation missions. Hopefully, in the next year, we may see other awards to give recognition to industries that demonstrated a commitment to collaborate with scientific entities across APEC economies. I really hope we bring the industries directly involved in innovative research and knowledge sharing. I and the public trust APEC PPSTI is working on this. As I know, we are eager to give the public our bold, clear, and measurable result in innovation, just like what you have done brilliantly through Aspire. So, I would like to congratulate to the 2013 Aspire winner. The credit is given by the Minister of Scholarly Publication and Cooperation with Scientists from other APEC member economies. We could not be prouder over the extraordinary work and very high accomplishment that its nominee has attained. Therefore, it is my privilege to present APEC Science Prize for Innovation, Research and Education with Dr. Carissa Klein. Would you like to stand up? Dr. Carissa Klein, Member Economic Australia, Field of Research, Marine Conservation Biology. Dr. Klein is an Australian Research Council, postdoctoral research fellow with the University of Queensland in Brisbane, Australia. Congratulations to alumni and kudos for Dr. Klein. I'm really proud of all of you. Thank you for your attention.
We just come forward to receive the award. Dr. Carissa Klein. Please come forward to receive the award. Thank you, Minister. And Dr. Carissa Klein, please your remark.
Thank you, Minister, for a lovely introduction. And a special thank you to the sponsors of this award, Wiley and Elsevier, APEC for hosting this award, and also to Australia for nominating me as their representative. It's a real honor tonight to receive this award. I'm very proud to receive an award that is focused on one of my very favorite things, the ocean. I'd also like to acknowledge Indonesia's leadership in selecting this year's theme, Sustainable Ocean Development, which represents the pursuit for promoting environmentally and economically sustainable solutions for the ocean. Indonesia's oceans are very special, and I'm lucky enough to have spent several hours under the surface. There's some photos over there. Indonesia is located at the heart of a region called the Coral Triangle, which is the epicenter of marine biodiversity. This region, which includes 4 APEC member economies, Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, Philippines, and Malaysia, covers just 1% of the Earth's surface, yet is home to over 76% of all known coral species and 37% of all known reef fish species. Not only is the Coral Triangle biologically special, it is economically important. For example, it supports large populations of commercially important tuna, fueling a multi-billion-dollar global tuna industry. Further, the coral reefs in the Coral Triangle support the livelihoods of its 120 million residents as a source of food and income from fishing and tourism. Unfortunately, this unique area is also one of the most threatened places on the planet. Over the past 40 years, over 40% of the coral reefs have been destroyed. The remaining reefs and the livelihoods they support are under growing pressure from overfishing, destructive fishing, climate change, and coastal development. The challenge ahead is to develop sustainable ocean solutions for the Coral Triangle's inhabitants and protect the most biodiverse marine region in the world, all at the same time. I'm addressing this challenge by developing economically efficient and socially equitable ways of protecting marine biodiversity. We call this the triple bottom line solution of sustainable ocean development. Although I've collaborated with scientists from 9 APEC member economies, tonight I'd like to highlight a project that I've been working on in Malaysia to demonstrate the importance of collaboration across the APEC region. The collaboration is focused on a 1 million hectare area at the northern tip of Borneo, in the state of Sabah, Malaysia, called Tun Mustafa Park. The region is globally significant for its marine life, including whales, dolphins, turtles, dugongs, and the region is home to almost 200,000 people living in Sabah's forest districts, over half of which depend on marine resources for their livelihood and well-being. Commercial fishing is the region's primary economic activity, and the main threats are habitat degradation and overfishing. Acknowledging these threats and pressures, the Sabah state government of Malaysia approved the initiative to gazette and zone Tun Mustafa Park for multiple uses, with 3 goals in mind: eradicate poverty, ensure sustainable development, and conserve habitats and threatened species. While exploring ways of achieving these 3 ambitious goals, they came across 2 of my scientific publications, written in collaboration with scientists from the United States and Australia on ocean zoning. In these papers, we developed planning software and applied it in California to design marine protected areas that both protect marine biodiversity and minimize impacts on the commercial and recreational fishing industries in the region. This was the beginning of a very fruitful collaboration between researchers at the University of Queensland, including myself, the World Wildlife Fund of Malaysia, and Sabah Parks. To build the capacity of stakeholders in this region, we taught 3 courses focused on using our software to zone Tun Mustafa Park in a way that balances fishing and conservation goals. These courses were attended by people from 10 different institutions involved in this process. In addition, I've provided ongoing advice to help them develop a draft zoning plan that identifies areas for preservation and areas for different types of fishing. This draft plan is undergoing review by stakeholders as we speak, and the government aims to fully implement the plan by 2015. We are currently drafting a scientific publication describing this work. Further, the planning software that we developed at the University of Queensland is now the most commonly used conservation planning software in the world, and I'm proud to say that every single APEC member economy has used this piece of software. This project demonstrates my commitment to sustainable ocean development in collaboration with APEC member economies. It highlights how research done by scientists in an APEC member economy, in this case the United States and Australia, can influence management decisions and foster collaborations with other APEC members, such as Malaysia. I'm dedicated to collaborating with APEC members as well as being a mentor in building the capacity of scientists in the region through supervising students, teaching frequent courses, and sustainable ocean development. My goal in this pursuit is to conserve this very special place, the ocean. I hope that APEC can support its members and join Indonesia in the pursuit for sustainable ocean development solutions. Thank you very much.
Bu, lihat sini Pak, lihat sini. Oke. Ya, sip, oke.